Ralph Davella back. This is lesson 5 in a special series of lessons about playing above double high C. This week we're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about the opening of the teeth and the shape of the lips for a particular note. Alright, so first on the subject of the teeth need to be open, let's say from a 1/2 inch to 5/8 of an inch. Thereabouts, could vary a tiny bit, but always think about 1/2 inch to 5/8 of an inch. They need to be open for a number of reasons up there when you're playing. One of them is if the teeth aren't open enough, the bottom lip can't come up and in. There's no room for it. And they also need to be open, so when you're blowing the air through them, they're vibrating. So it's very important. I was told this by Carmine Caruso, and I was told this by Jimmy Maxwell. So you can listen to a recording on Jimmy Maxwell on in the Glenn Miller band when they did In the Mood, and he played a solo on In the Mood, and he played it up to a nice double high A. And that's how he was my teacher. We talked about it and told me that's how he did it. He kept his teeth open. And the second thing going to be talking about, I want to tell you about is the shape of the lips. Now, Carmine Caruso didn't talk a lot about it, but he told me about the shape of the lips, and he didn't want to tell people to move their lips one way or another, because when you think about it and you start moving it all over the place, things only get worse. But there is a shape of the lips for each note. And not only Carmine Caruso, but again, Jimmy Maxwell told me the same thing. So when the teeth are open, going back to the teeth, when the teeth are open up there, you're going to play a extreme high note. You're going to get above that double high G, A, B, double C, even above the double C. The teeth are open, and the lips are also open and vibrating. Now, I don't want to tell you to squeeze the lips up there, because that's not what you want to do. That's limits on what puts limits on what you can do. But being you're up there and your lips are open, they may close a tiny bit. So, but they're not going to close a lot because they're already open. So there's room for them to close a little bit. So each note up there, when you hit just the regular C above the staff, and you go to the D and E and the F, there's a shape for your lips that hit each one of these notes. Now, I'm not saying that there's a particular shape that you have to find. Well, actually, you do have to find it, but you have to let it find it naturally. So for instance, let's if you're going to try playing from a C, the C right above the staff up to, let's say, the double high G. You can have your teeth open, and then you're gonna play up to that double high G, and you'll feel that your lips are taking a certain shape. I'm not saying that you should force them into any certain shape. You'll just feel them taking a different shape. Play from C to D or from C to E. You'll feel the lips taking a little bit different shape for each note. So as we keep practicing these things, we practice in these notes, and if we're conscious of what's happening as we practice. I'm not saying you got to be conscious when you're in a concert hall. That's why we practice, so things become second nature. As we practice at home, you'll feel your lips taking a different shape for different notes. So there are the two things I just wanted to talk about today: the open teeth, 1/2 inch to 5/8 of an inch, the shape of the lips as they hit different notes. As I always tell you, you need to practice these things. You can practice your own exercises, the exercises that you like. That's fine. But here's my suggestion. So I would play last week we played the G sharp on the top line on the staff. This week we're going to play the A. Hold it mezzo piano for as long as you can, and then do it again. That's it for that. And then I would play the harmonics as we've been doing. So I'm going to actually put the harmonics up on the screen for you so you can see it, because now we're going to try to go on the harmonics up to the F sharp, that's in the open position I'm talking about now. We're going to try to get up to the F sharp, which above the high E. That's the next note that comes in the harmonics after the high E. So I'm going to show you that. I don't really want you to play above that. I mean, you can, I'm sure, if you want to, it's okay. But the reason I'm saying is don't go crazy extreme is because we need to incorporate all the things that we learned so far. You know, we learned how to control the ear, how to breathe. We learned last week's lesson. We talked about the grip. So these are the different things that we've been working on. We need to put them all together. So if you try to go too high, you sort of forget. You start forcing everything. So let's just try not to go crazy going high, and let's try to get all the things that we learned in the lesson so far, get them all together. And the last thing that maybe I would suggest to you is a Clark book in the technical studies, lesson 1. So it has the chromatic, partial chromatics. So instead of playing what's written there, start on the G on the top of the staff. So do that, and this way you get the feel playing the chromatics up there also. I think that's a good exercise. And let me put the chromatics up on the screen for you real quick, in case you want to write them down and just take a look at them. I want you to do the chromatics, not the chromatics. I'm sorry. I want you to do the harmonics in all 7 positions. Let me put it up on the screen. All right, so in my book, Range, Endurance, and Flexibility, the harmonics, I have them in there. But I copied a page out of it just so I could try to get it clearer. Let me see if I could try to zoom in or get closer, so this way we can get a good look at it. I do want to show you. Let me show you an example for the first one here. All right, so we're going to play this harmonics here. And what I'm saying for this week is I try to play up to this F sharp. So in the open position, you're playing up to that F sharp right there, which is the next note above the E. Then we're going to do this in all 7 positions. The second position, which is the middle valve, we're going to play that all the ways up instead of the F sharp. The note that comes out after the D sharp, in this case, is the F. So you'll see. You'll see if you want to write it down. It's up to you. You probably know them already anyhow. But here's all. Let me see if I can get it. All right. There's all 7 positions for you. You can write them down if you want. It's up to you. So that was today's lesson. Lesson number 5 in this special series of trying to get yourself to play up in that extreme register. So practice, and don't forget to enjoy practicing, and I'll see you on the next lesson in a week or 2. Thank you for watching.